Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be trying the new collection from Oden's Eye. So I got the palette and two blushes and highlighter from the new SOLMÅNE 2 collection, and I am so excited to play with these. They came yesterday, and I've already tried the highlighter, just fair warning. But I am so excited. I'm going to do swatches and probably 2 looks, one on each eye, to try out as many shades as possible on the palette, and I'm just excited. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Colin. I'm a non-binary Latinx scientist and lover of makeup with a soft spot for indie makeup and colorful makeup. And I have new content every week, so I'd love to have you subscribe. So if you haven't tried Oden's Eye before, they are a Swedish indie brand, and everything is based on Swedish mythology and folklore and Scandinavian folklore. And it's just all so beautiful. Everything is always really well done. The packaging is always beautiful, but the themes and the color stories just really inspire me. I might be a biological anthropologist and deal with like fossils and bones, but part of what drew me to anthropology in general was folklore and mythology, looking at different cultures. So that always draws me in. And this is so pretty. I just had to get it. This was a fairly large collection. It was like $300 and something to buy the whole thing, and I just couldn't afford that. So I did buy the palette, 2 blushes, and 1 highlighter. There were 6 blushes and 6 highlighters, so it could have added up very quickly. And then there was also new eyeliners. They are like a cream gel and a pencil eyeliner, like ColourPops. Those are like $5, $5.90 a piece, and you could buy a bundle for like $60 with all of them. I saw some mediocre reviews of them so far, and I was like, I'm gonna wait, see what my friends think about them, and then maybe pick up some in a future purchase, just because I don't really need any new colors from eyeliners at the moment. And I do want to get a couple from the new House Labs launch. So I picked up the palette, which was $32.90 before any kind of code. 2 of the blushes, which were $20 a piece, and 1 of the highlighters, which is $22. So everything in this collection is themed around the sun and the moon. That's what SOLMÅNE means. And it's just beautifully done. So if you look at the blushes, they have a sun on them. They have the same print on the actual blush, and then the moon is on the highlighter. And then the palette itself, the sleeve looks basically identical, and it has these sun and moons and this like tie-dye rainbow theme. It's very good for summer. And then I got a free gift with purchase, and I got a little brush. I did buy their brushes when they launched as part of one of the other collections. I did buy the brush set, and they're okay. I have a couple of them broke, like this part of the brush wasn't really glued on and broke off, but the other ones are fine, and they were inexpensive and they work well, so I don't mind that I have those. And this looks, I'm not a big fan of double-ended brushes because they're hard to store, but this looks nice and it feels really good quality, feels nice and sturdy. So I'm assuming it's a blush brush, and then so this side is obviously like a blush brush, and then this side I'm assuming is for highlighter, but it's kind of an odd shape, so we'll try this out and see what I think. Also, fair warning, it's getting warm here, and I have to close all of my windows and everything to film and not have you hear road noise because I live over a busy road. And most of my warm weather shirts don't fit anymore. So I only have like 3 that you will see me rotating through a lot, along with some t-shirts for the foreseeable future until I buy more. So I don't have blush on yet, so I do want to put some blush on first. So I got 2 shades because there were multiple formulas and I wanted to try both. So this is Orange Sunny, and this is Sienna Luster. So Orange Sunny is a matte blush, and it's supposed to be a brown, an orange brown. And I am nothing but a sucker for orange blush, so I had to get that. And then Sienna Luster is like a shiny blush, so like a blush highlighter hybrid, I think. So I really wanted to try both of those. They just look beautiful. I also really wanted the peach one and one of the pink one. Like, I don't wear pink blush a lot, but I wanted them all. So this is the compact. It feels really nice. These were kind of hard to open. I think I already recycled the boxes, but they were kind of a pain to open. They're very well securely packaged with like padding and a box and then plastic, which makes them kind of a challenge to open, but I would rather have that than have them come broken. It's got a mirror, and then here is the blush. So it looks very orange on camera. In person, it has a little bit more brown to it. So I'm definitely gonna try that out. And then this is the shade Sienna Luster. And so you can see it's very shiny. So I had to try that. So I will probably use both of those today. I did try this. This is Moon Talk, which is one of the highlighters. And it is green. It's a lilac highlighter with a green shimmer. So you can see if I do this, you can kind of see the pale lilac and then there's green. I wore this last night, so I went to a concert last night and the makeup I did was basically just the highlighter. I did concealer and this highlighter and it melted in my skin so nicely. I will do a little swatch on my hand. And it was just shiny, but it, like a fun color, but especially on my olive skin, kind of a little more natural than like a blue or a really pink or a red would. I know some fair skinned people who wear like a pinky or red highlighter and it just works. Those look very jarring on me. This did not. So let me do a soft swatch. I don't want to mess up the embossing because it's beautiful. But you can see it's got that nice, it's got that wet look that a blue highlighter will give, but it's green. So I might use this today a little bit. But you can see it's really pretty. I'll probably put this on like my brow bone or something. And it's not glittery, it's very smooth. So I am very happy I got that. So let's try Orange Sunny. And if you want to see like a comparison with all my orange blushes, I can definitely do that because I have quite a few now. So it picks up a lot. Pat that off. Oh, I was gonna use the brush that came with the collection. Okay, let's try this brush. Picks up nicely there too. And it is very pigmented. I had blushes in one of the Alva collections. The Fruit Light blushers or whatever. I didn't buy any of those then. Those were more satin, I believe, or they had some matte, some satin. I really wanted some, but I just never bought them. That's really pretty. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be a go-to blush this summer because you can see it's orange, but it looks pretty natural on my skin tone at least. So if you're a medium like me, I feel like this is gonna look really nice. Okay, and then I really wanna try Sienna Luster. So let's see. This is like a weird paddle. It feels like a concealer, a giant concealer brush. But I feel like I can get a bit of a highlight with it. So let's try that. So you can see the bright side over here is an overspray. The whole thing is shimmery, but this really bright part is an overspray. It's just just swiping that there already got rid of a little bit of it. But it is shimmery all over. That just like bright spot is kind of a spray. And that is very highlighter. It is very shiny. I don't like that side of the brush. But the blush is really pretty. It's very glowy. And yeah, it looked really intense at first, but then once you kind of blend it in, it looks just nice and glowy. Not like metallic or something. Okay, so that's really pretty. Okay, these are gonna be go-tos this summer. Put a little bit right here. And then, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing on my face, but just to show you, I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the green on a highlighter brush. I'm gonna put it on my brow bone. Looks a little out of place up there, But last night it just like, after a while, it just kind of melted in the skin and just looked so pretty. So you can see it's definitely bright and wet looking, but it doesn't look crazy. At least I don't think. I mean, I'm not gonna put it up here all the time. I'd put it here, but you know, I just put a bunch of blush on. See, on the nose, it looks pretty normal. So I'm really happy I got this. And I wore that for 6 hours yesterday because I got ready before we walked to the concert, and then, you know, took 40 minutes to get to the concert plus 3 hours there or so, you know, and it still looked really pretty when I got home. Even with a mask on for most of that time, the cheek highlighter still looked pretty, so also a good sign. Okay, so now for swatches, I'm gonna take off my watch, and I really wanna swatch this palette and see what they look like. So I really love that this is a warm and cool combo. I love that in a palette. I know some people really hate it for some reason, but I love having warm and cool tones in a palette, and I think they blend really nicely together. I think I know at least one look I wanna do. So let's see how these swatch. I don't have anything on my arm. Like I said, I do have an olive undertone, so that might affect how some of the, especially the blue shades look. They feel very soft so far. These feel really nice. That's really pretty. That's really pretty. Okay. I also forgot to grab something to wipe off my hand with. That is a very nice pastel blue. Very pretty shimmer. Oden's eye quality is always really great. And I feel like last year they really bumped it up with the Legendary Day Versa collection. The Legendary Day Versa collection also, each palette had a multi-chrome in it. So I kind of wish this had a multi-chrome, but it doesn't. But I guess you can't always have one in every palette. Pretty blue. A nice dark blue. And then Meteor is a shade I really want to use. Purple. Very like icy lilac. Very pretty. Lavender. Oh, that's a really nice dark blue. And that's like a lavender pink duochrome, kind of. Really pretty. Okay, and let's try Starry Sky. This one's a little chunkier feeling and doesn't want to pick up on my finger, but is really pretty. Galaxy is this really pretty deep plum. And then Hallucination, really pretty purple. Yeah, that's kind of toppery and didn't want to pick up, but it is really pretty. We'll see how it works with a brush. Actually, I can try that right now. Definitely picks up better with a brush, but still pretty toppery. There's not much of a base, but it's got like gold and peach sparkle. And then we've got Warm Light, Sunlight, and Solar. Try not to mess up the embossings too much. I mean, eventually I know they'll go away, but you know, they don't need to prematurely. That's really pretty shimmer. A coppery shade. And then the last two are Eternal and Black Hole, which is more charcoal than black. So that is beautiful. Okay, I can't wait to use these. I'm gonna do probably 2 looks, one on each eye, just to see how many shades I can use. So I will go wash my arm off and I'll be right back. So I really like the color story here. You can do things by row. So you can do a warm row, a purpley row, a blue row. You can kind of jump around. I'm going to jump around a bit because doing it by row is easy, but pretty. So I'm going to start with the shade Solar, and I'm just picking this up on a fluffy rougher brush. Okay, so I already primed with my Urban Decay Eye Primer. My neighbor is suddenly being very, very noisy, so Bean is gonna be barking and you might hear weird noises, but just gotta keep going. This does have a mirror in the palette, so I'm gonna use that. And I'm just gonna put this orange shade in my crease. There's a bit of kick up in the pan. I always tap off my brushes though, so I'm not having any fallout so far. I don't really ever have fallout though with any shadows, mostly just shimmers. That's a really pretty peachy orange shade. Just gonna put a little bit more. And then I wanna take just a little bit of warm light and put it right here. Not for a full two-tone crease, but just a little bit more brightness on the inner part. That blended really nicely. Okay, now I want to take a smaller brush and pick up Galaxy, which is the plum shade. And there's definitely some kick up. And I'm gonna put that on my outer corner and then blend it into the crease. So it packs on with a lot of pigment and looks really pretty. And then let's see how it blends into that orange. I wouldn't blend the purple into the yellow, but this is kind of a peachy orange and this is a little bit of a warm purple, so these two should blend together nicely. And then just taking a little bit more of the orange and making sure everything's nice and blended. So that looks really nice. This is exactly what I wanted. And part of me wants to just do this look only and do it on the other side. Yeah, I might not do two looks. There are a lot of videos out there, and I really like the way this is turning out, so I might just repeat it on the other eye, but we'll see. So I think what I'm gonna do next is I'm just going to try as many shades as possible. I'm gonna take Neptune, which is the teal blue, and I'm gonna put that on my lower lash. And that's really pretty. And then I'm gonna take some of that pastel soft cloud blue and just make sure that it's bright and blended. Okay, and then to connect the blue down here with the purple up there, I'm gonna take a little bit of Black Hole and a lot tapped off, and I'm gonna put that right here. I do have a little bit of fallout from that shade, even with tapping it off. And I'm just gonna run that on my lower lash line a little bit. And just blend it in to everything right here. So it just adds a little more depth and connects the two halves. So there's not a weird disconnect between the top and the bottom. And then I'm gonna go back in with a little bit on the same brush of Galaxy, just to make sure the purple didn't get eaten up by the charcoal. It's smoky, it's colorful. You don't have to go smoky with this palette, but you know, it's kind of hard not to sometimes, for me personally. And then I'm gonna take the shade Sunlight and put that on my lid. And this is just a dry brush. That's really pretty. I did accidentally get a little bit more up here than I wanted to, so I'm just going in with the purple brush again and just making sure the crease is okay. And I'm gonna take a little bit of Starry Sky again on my finger and just kind of add it on top for extra sparkle in the middle. A little bit more on the same brush and put it as my inner corner. Okay, I really like that. So I think I will repeat this on the other eye and just do the one look. So I'm gonna go do that, finish up my makeup, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back and this is the finished look. I really love this. I am gonna just stick with the one look for today. So if you'd like a multi-looks video, let me know and I can do one as inspiration. I've been feeling better than I have the last few months, but I'm starting to feel very fatigued and I would like to film another video after this while I still have makeup on. So I just don't think I have it in me to do another look. But they all worked really well. I will say it's not showing up on camera, but I have sparkle fallout everywhere. So I would definitely recommend wetting your brush or using a glitter glue with the shimmers. I have zero matte fallout. I had a little bit of the charcoal right here, but I just used it to blend in. But I have sparkle. The entire side of my nose is sparkly. All of this part of my cheek is sparkly. I've got some sparkle on my chin. I've got some sparkle over here. I even there's some sparkle over here. Like there's just sparkle all over my face. So do your eye makeup first with this palette or use a wet brush or glitter glue or something. And I'm not sure if it's just this shade or if it's both. This might be the only culprit, but this one I do feel like I got a little bit of fallout from too. So be forewarned. But the shadows, the mattes all perform beautifully and the shimmers look really pretty. I have glitter face now, which it is Pride Month, so doesn't mean I necessarily want glitter face every day. Blush looks really beautiful. I would say the Sienna Luster looks really intense, and you can probably make it really intense. But now that it's kind of melted into the skin and I blended the two blushes together, it's just like a beautiful orangey apricot glow that looks amazing. So very happy about those. So I will keep playing with this off camera. And if you would like a multi-looks video, let me know. If I get, if like 2 people say yes, I might not do it. But if enough people say yes, then I will definitely try to do that. So I also really love, so like I said, you could do things monochromatically in rose. You can mix around like I did, especially the purple and the orange, I think look really beautiful together. And you can also do a lot of monochromatic looks or easy looks. So you can do the fact that it's like shimmer matte, you could easily avoid the dark shades and just use like this blue and the shimmer, this blue and the shimmer, or the 2 purples together, or these 2 together, something like that. Or put Galaxy and blend it out with Dream and then put one of the shimmers, purple shimmers on. So I think there's a lot of possibilities in this. And so far the quality seems to be up there with everything else I've tried from Oden's Eye. So I am very happy I got this. I'm gonna be playing with this a lot this summer. So let me know in the comments below what you think of the look. As always, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.